Hi, I'd like to briefly show you what the new Missouri State Assessment will look like for our students in grades 3 through 8. This is only an overview designed to give you a better understanding of what the state assessment will look like, what your child will be asked to do, and some ways that you can help at home. To get to the website, you can do a Google search for eDIRECT Missouri, and that should pull up the website. You'll just want to click this first one. It'll bring you to a screen that looks like this. When you get to the screen, this is just giving you information about the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, partnering with McGraw-Hill, which is the publisher to create this assessment. To access the practice test, you may click on the link down below. When you get to this screen, you're actually going to want to click on Online Tools Training. And from there, it gives you kind of this menu of different options. Depending on what you want to practice or what you want to look at, there's English Language Arts, Math, and Science. So we will click on English Language Arts Practice. And again, it'll show you the different grade levels that you can choose. I'll just show you 4th grade. Once it loads, it'll pull up this screen. To log in, it gives you the username and the password to use, so you'll just type in that information below. Here it will kind of walk you through different information. So it gives you the test name, the student session, and here on the school name, it won't actually say your child's school, just because this is a generic test used by the state. This next part will take you kind of through a tutorial. It tests to see if you can see the circles to make sure your screen is working. It will take you through different navigation buttons throughout the assessment, testing tools that your child will be able to use, and kind of explains how to use them. Helpful testing hints, and test directions. All of those things would be things that your child's teacher will go over with them, but also if it's something that you want to look at home, the extra support would be great for your student. Once you get through the lengthy navigation tutorial, you can click on the screen button to begin the test. So here you'll see that this is a sample question for 4th grade ELA, or English Language Arts. So your child has the story on this side, and they'll have to scroll up and down to go through that. Then over here, you have to read the directions, click the sentence that best supports the inference that Coyote uses, his imagination. A great way to support your child through this testing process is to really practice with the different tools that are available. The first tool that you have is obviously your pointer. Then you have the highlighter. And students work on highlighting within the classroom, but using a computer to highlight is slightly different. And so giving our kids that practice and exposure to using the online tools will help them to be more successful on this assessment. So for example, to highlight, you just hold down what you're wanting to highlight. If you don't like it, you can click to erase it. The next tool you have available is a sticky note. And this can be used to write down questions that the student has, notes that they want to write to themselves. Another tool that your child will have access to is the magnifier. With the magnifier, they will have the option of increasing the text size so that they're able to see it easily. The final tool they'll have on the ELA assessment is a line guide. So by clicking that, it gives you this blue line. This is great to help students track as they read. so that they don't lose their place or skip a line. Now for the student selecting their answer. So it says to click the sentence that best supports the inference that Coyote uses his imagination. So the students will have to read the selected text and choose one sentence that they think best supports the inference. So if you click that sentence, it will highlight the entire thing. If you decide that's not what you were wanting, the students can hit the erase button. So I'll choose this one. Once you've selected your answer, then you can hit the next button to go to the next question. It'll then give you another set of questions within the same passage. So when you are doing the test questions, you'll have a back button where you can go and see previous questions. You can move on to the next question. You also have the option to review and end the test, to pause your test, and to flag it. So let's say, for example, your student is stuck on this one and you're not quite sure what answer to choose. They can actually flag it. And I'll show you what that does later. So I'll choose this as my answer, and then we'll move on. So I'm going through, I'm selecting my answers. So here they'll have to type. And let's say again, I'm not sure about that one. So here it says the question has two parts. First, answer part A, then part B. So part A is here, and then part B will be on the next page. I'm going to show you what review and end test looks like with some of the ones I've skipped and some of the questions that I flagged. By clicking that before students submit their test, they will be asked to review their test. This shows them what questions they might have flagged, and teachers will work with students on flagging questions if they're unsure, and that way if there's time they can go back and kind of look more closely at those questions they were unsure about. Any of the white ones will show that it was left unanswered, and if it's gray, it means it was filled in. So this will really help your students just in case they accidentally skip a question, if they're unsure of something. So this will be a great tool before they submit their test. So you can either choose to return to the questions and continue working, or you can end the test. So by doing that, it will give you the option. It gives the students another chance to make sure that they really want to end the test. And then that would have been submitted. Now in the practice assessment, you will not get the answers. It won't tell your student the score. This truly is just for practice and exposure for students and parents to understand what this test will look like, tools that will be available, and the complexity of what your child would be asked to do. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Here is my email address, my phone number, and also my instructional coach webpage. Address is located above. Thank you so much and have a great day.